Hope you're doing good. Micah back with a video. Back here to talk about the Google Pixel 8a. A few months later, this is the official review. I know I did a review about a week into rocking with this phone, and boy, do I have some thoughts about this phone. And I'm kind of mad at y'all as the audience too. I'm a little frustrated with y'all too, okay? We're going to get into the video and also have a little something to show off for the Pixel 8a later on in this video. But yes, the Pixel 8a in all of its understated glory is a ghost in this world of tech and smartphones. Now, I don't know why, because from a hardware perspective, the phone is very solidly made. As you see, that fingerprint kind of wore off just due to, you know, condensation, for lack of a better term. But as you see, is you get a frosted back. I think it is it glass or plastic? I can't remember. But the point is, as you guys can see, the rails on point. The framing is still in great shape, also matted out, so you get that very clean premium look without having to sacrifice with the gloss. Very, very solid. You get the camera visor, much thinner than in times past, as you guys can see there. Two cameras, and as you guys can see, I do have a camera lens protector on it from Rinky. Flash over there. Google logo centered. Your power button up top, volume rockers below. Clean flush side on this side. And as you guys can see, microphone up at the top, antenna bands for 5G up at the top, your speakers at the bottom, and I believe this side is where you would find your SIM card slot right there. So from a hardware perspective, and you guys can see it's been in good shape still for me, using it a couple months in. I have been rocking some cases with it from time to time, and that's because I've just slowly been starting to appreciate cases, just because the way forms are formed now. Cases feel a little bit better on them, and cases have gotten more slim too, so unless you're going with a ruggedized look, I like the slim profile of some of these cases. But from a hardware perspective, this looks very similar to the Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro. So it's almost indistinguishable from those two, and yet no one's looking at this device. I don't understand why the Pixel 8a has been so quiet, and maybe it's because of Google as well, not really marketing it as much. And with the 9 now on the horizon, and Google basically giving into leaking their own devices with the 9 lineup, including the 9 Pro Fold, I think that's the name of it. No wonder why no one's thinking about this $500 beast in the Google Pixel 8a. Now, since I'm talking about hardware, the screen is still in solid shape. I do have a very thin film protector on it, protecting the screen, so the screen has not really seen the light of day outside of the screen protector. And as you guys can see, even my screen protector is still in fantastic shape. So from a hardware perspective, again, you get a very solid, I think, Full HD plus AMOLED display, and the phone comes in around, what, 6.1 inches. So you're still getting plenty of phone. You do get some borders or some bezels. You got your one camera up there at the front. And you get premium qualities out of this phone despite it being $500. Now, as I said, since we were talking about hardware, let's talk about a company that sent out some products for the Pixel 8a real quick. And I'm just going to use my hand to rip it open. But shout out to Crave for sending out their cases for, or at least a couple of their colorways for their Crave Guard case. So we're going to install these onto the Pixel 8a so you guys can get a look. Links will be down in the description box below for you guys. Let's start off with the blue, because it's probably my least favorite color of the three that I got. I do have a black phone, so I don't think that's going to matter too much. Let's go ahead and put that over there. Put that over here. And the unique part about these Crave cases is the fact that you do get kind of like a dual case here. As you see, you get this nice, this is considered TPU. Get these linings that help channel the heat out, of course, for the device when that Tensor G3 starts to heat up a little bit. And you get this nice black bottom here with your cutouts, your tactile buttons, your mic port, cutout, flush side. And then for this phone, let's go ahead, slide it on in here real quick. And it still provides a nice, relatively thin protection with a little bit of raised protection for the glass. And this is the blue variant, and it looks really, really good with this colorway, this obsidian black for the Google Pixel 8a, and that visor looks so clean in there. And this blue actually looks really good. I'm not even gonna front. This blue really looks good, and I probably would rock this blue. But you guys already know the color that I would rock as soon as I can get this case off. So let's move on to the black case. And the reason why I'm moving on to the black case second is because the phone is black. So you're gonna get that very standard look with the black, uniform, professional, incognito, spy-like look with the black case, and that looks delicious. I'm craving this case, if you see what I'm saying. If you dig what I'm saying, you under dig. And look how that looks. It just looks so clean. It almost looks uniform with the body. What a beautiful case from Crave, and it's black too. That's crazy. And it's, yeah, about the same color black as the bottom piece as well. It's kind of more rubberized, and as you guys can see, ports are accurately cut out. And the buttons, love the buttons. Love the tactile feel of the buttons. Let's move on to the red case, because that's probably gonna be my favorite case out of the three. Ooh, I can't wait. Look at this red case here. Now it looks a little less red on camera, but in person it is much more would it be cherry red? I think that's what I would go with. Looks a little peach on camera. Maybe I'll end up fixing that in post a little bit. But it is a red case, so I can confirm this is a red case in person. Just looks a little washed out on camera, but look at that. And that contrast with the camera visor and the black rubberized bottom of the case just gives it a nice, clean aesthetic. So shout out to Crave for sending these out. Again, links will be in the description box for you guys. I probably will leave this case on as I'm talking about this phone, because we're talking hardware, right? And to finish off the hardware, as you guys just saw, the screen protect, the fingerprint sensor, it has been consistent for the most part for me. The reason why I can say that is because, of course, you have to turn on touch sensitivity since I'm rocking the screen protector. But as you guys can see, it's pretty responsive. It could be a little faster, like a Samsung ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, but for the most part, it has been consistent, and that's what I like about this fingerprint sensor. And again, you're getting all this for $500 in this device. The next thing I want to talk about that also probably helps with the fingerprint sensor and the software that you get, which is a clean, flush Google approach to Android 14, soon to adopt Android 15, is that Google Tensor G3 chip. A chip that I find to be a little troubling. I'm not going to front, because it does get hot or it does get warm to the touch, I should say. It does heat up in more unusual situations than your average phone, such as the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, or even on Apple's side, their A chips. The G3 does heat up a little bit, and it's a little surprising considering it's Google that we're talking about, and their ways of balancing and stabilizing their software with the processors. And so it's a little frustrating from time to time to even see some of those momentary lag moments that you see there scrolling through the discovery feed, and just normal day-to-day stuff. There are jitters with this chip. Now, I don't know why that is, and that's why it's not just the Pixel 8a, in my opinion, unless they underclock the chip. It's across the Pixel 8 board, I would imagine. And because it's in this weird space when it comes to like from 5 nanometer to 3 nanometer processing for these chips, I think this just got caught in limbo, and that's why the G4, or even really the G5, the Tensor G5 chip, is going to be a bigger deal for everyday tasks with our smartphones or with the Google Pixel series as a whole, because of said chip. That chip just has problems. It reminds me of the Snapdragon 810. You guys remember that chip? The Snapdragon 810. I think it was the 810 or the 805 chip that was real hot. It seems like there's always a year where there's a chip that just is uncontrollable, and it seems like it's always in transition to a new processing format for processors. And I think for the Tensor G3, even though it's good, it has been consistent. It does download apps pretty fast. So if you guys want to sit here and see how fast it will actually update all 16 of these apps, if I hit update all and then receive details, And as you guys can see, looking through, you have your cross-device services, Gboard, Gmail, a lot of Google apps, Google Keep, Google Messages, the Pixel Watch app, Google Sheets, Photos by Google, YouTube Music. So a lot of Google-based apps. But look look at that. You see how fast everything's climbing down? I don't know if it's fragmentation or not in terms of the way apps are packaged and for them to be downloaded and installed, but the G3 or this phone definitely updates apps really, really fast. And of course, most recently from a software perspective, we have gained Gemini Nano on the Pixel 8a, which allows more offline or on device computing for AI. And so that's also something good to see, that Google's remaining consistent with the Pixel series as a whole and not leaving any pixels behind in terms of the newfound AI that's soon to be replacing Google Assistant. And so you get all that with this phone for $500, oftentimes on sale for $449, and yet nobody is talking about the Pixel 8a. Is it too basic? Is it Google not really gaining the steam they may have thought they were going to gain when it comes to their hardware? I wonder if that's the case. I mean, it almost feels like even the Pixel tablet gets more attention than the Pixel 8a. And the Pixel tablet to me is much more mundane or basic than the Pixel 8a. I actually hope that they add way more features or more levels of kind of hardware upgrades and aesthetic to the Pixel tablet, because I think the tablet has a lot of upside. But this phone here, for whatever reason, just isn't really catching the eyes of a lot of people, and I wonder why that is. If anything, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about the Pixel 8a. Is it something that you guys have had your eyeball on, or no? Are you really just a flagship user and not a mid-range user? When I look at the history of the A series phones from Google, the Pixel 3a had attention. The Pixel 4a surprisingly had some attention. The Pixel 5, was there a 5a? The Pixel 6a, I think, kind of fell underwater. The Pixel 7a gained a lot of attention, and now the Pixel 8a seems like it's kind of dead on arrival. But I think the Pixel 9a is going to do a lot better because of the new hardware, the new look of the phone, to look very iPhone-esque or more kind of Squircle-esque in terms of its build. And I think the 9a is probably going to benefit a whole lot more than the Pixel 8a. So it's a little disappointing, because even from a battery life perspective, this phone does pretty decent with battery life, given the Tensor G3's warm, feelings from time to time, and just overall daily use. You can get about a day's worth of battery life out of the Pixel 8a with no problems. So again, even from a battery perspective, it's a reliable phone that you don't have to really sweat too much. And for $500, you're getting most of Google's features for their Pixel lineup. You're getting like 99% of features with the Pixel 8a that you would get with the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro. So even from that perspective, Google's not holding back, giving you everything you can in this phone with a few minor sacrifices like a Quad HD display. You still get 120 hertz with this display. You still get a good 4,000 plus milliamp battery with this phone. You still get quality hardware. You still get the flagship processor. And yet no one's really thinking about this phone. I don't know. It's weird. It's confusing. You got to let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about the Pixel 8a, because I can 100% recommend this phone for that price point. Really, it's like $449 because it's often on sale, and it's probably going to drop once the Pixel 9s drop. But for $449, $500, it's a better deal than spending another $200 for the Pixel 8, in my opinion, because you're getting most of the 8 just in a slightly smaller body, or slightly less packed body, I should say. The Pixel 8a is a solid phone that I can recommend anyone to use on a daily basis. Let me know down in the comment section below you guys' thoughts, because I'm definitely interested in you guys' perspectives on the Pixel 8a. But again, as always, you guys haven't already, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, channel notification bell. That's all free. That's some videos, so you and I can sit back, check, see what's cracking. Don't forget to hit that super thanks button down there by the like and dislike button, Cash App and PayPal, and check the channel out for all the videos available to you. That's where to keep tech fresh and alive on this channel. Jermaine Micah signing out. Until the next video. Wait for it.